Are you the type of person that just wants to do everything themselves? Maybe you're the type of person that likes to do everything themselves, like home stuff, work stuff. You never need any help, and you just think, well, nobody else can do it as good as I can. Well, I used to be like that. I used to be. I used to have that attitude of, um, you know, I, it's too much work working with other people. There's too many different personalities. You have to wait on other people to do things, and we just need to get things done now. They won't do it right anyway, so you might as well just do it yourself. I used to be like that, but I am definitely not like that anymore. I first started out to get away from that mentality and realizing that to set a value on your time, to set a value on your hourly time. You get paid by the hour, or you get paid on salary for your job, but a lot of people never take the time to put a price on the hourly wage that they think they're worth. If you're cutting your grass and you are a neurosurgeon, that doesn't really make sense. If you are, unless you enjoy cutting your grass. I know some crazy people out there like cutting their grass, but if it's not something that you enjoy, then why are you doing it? You could hire somebody for a lot cheaper than what a neurosurgeon's time is worth, when they could just be hiring somebody else out to do that. Also, in the context of where I am with my company TechSnips, and just in the IT community in general, years ago when I started contributing, doing content and training courses, I thought that it was just, there was only one way to do things. I would just be the one doing pretty much everything. I would do entire training courses. I still do entire training courses sometimes, but not very often anymore. I would be the one to do all of the writing. I would be the one to do all of the blogging. And it really never occurred to me that, some of these tasks other people could help me with, and at the same time, that would not only help me, but also help other people. So the experience I want to tell you about today is with TechSnips. So if you're not familiar, TechSnips, TechSnips.io is my new startup, and we call ourselves an IT career development platform, to where a bunch of us come together and produce short how-to screencasts on all kinds of IT stuff. There's a lot of PowerShell stuff in there, cloud stuff, virtualization, all kinds of IT things. And what we're starting on now, we're kind of going through an experiment. At first, when I first started TechSnips, it was just going to be just short videos only, have no relationship to one another. They're not going to be linked. They're just going to be a big kind of library of content on the TechSnips.io site. However, we're starting I'm starting an experiment. So I've decided, since we have so much content now, we've got almost 400 short videos on the site, and a lot of these can be linked together to form a more cohesive unit, like a training course, for example. TechSnips.io will never be just about training courses per se, but what we can do is we can get all of that content and put it in a way to create a course. And this aspect, I've been putting this together recently, and I'm primarily the one, well, I'm the only one at this point, is I designed the curriculum. I designed the introduction slides and stuff. So TechSnips.io, there is no slides. But in a course, obviously you need some slides to introduce some concepts. And I've been putting together this course on managing Active Directory with PowerShell. And I'll introduce it when it's published. But for now, I've found that it's so rewarding to be able to recruit people and have people volunteer to sign up to do these snippets. So right now, I designed the curriculum. I design how it's all going to be laid out and how it's going to flow, and I'm essentially the guide in this. And we have multiple TechSnips contributors that contribute short demos, 5-10 minutes, something like that, of various concepts that coincide with whatever the curriculum is on the in the course. And then once they do that, then they just independently publish the videos, and then I'm in charge of them putting them all together. And if it was just me doing all this, this would take me forever. I would just ask the question a day in Slack about how long would it typically take you to do, a 2-3 hour course, and it would usually take me about 100 hours myself. That's including, that's doing everything. That's doing the research, building any code, any documentation that's necessary, doing the presenting, doing the editing, getting everything done. And now we have, I believe we have up to 38 contributors now to TechSnips, and any of the published contributors are allowed to contribute to the big course that we're working on. And what I've found is that it's so nice not to have to feel alone and feel like I have all this work to do. Now I can just pick and choose, like, oh, Nick Remmer over here, he did this one, so I can just drag and drop this one into the course. Done. Okay, that little piece is done. Or Matt McKelvery did this one. Okay, drag and drop this one over here. Anthony Howell did this one. Like, drag and drop. They've built the blocks for me to build this course, and it's a community effort, which is really cool because it really gives you a sense of, without sounding too fluffy and too, pie in the sky stuff, it's really rewarding to be a part of something. I was very independent for a long time, and I still am, and I've never been, I've never really felt part of something. Even I've never been that go into those team building exercise with your your company, or felt like rah you're all going to get behind something. Never been that. But it wasn't until TechSnips I realized that it's different now. I don't know why it's different. I don't know why I feel differently, but it's great because not only is TechSnips getting benefit out of this, obviously, because we're going to sell the course and make money, and hopefully it will build the TechSnips brand, but also the contributors get a share of the money too, where everybody's in it. Nobody gets a straight pay for just about anything, and everybody has a certain percentage of what they make depending on what they do. Everybody's activity is aligned with the goals of the company, which is great. I've worked for many companies to where obviously you're just a salaried employee, and I really felt no connection whatsoever. I didn't feel any kind of you didn't really feel part of a team, because you're like, whatever, if I just sit here and do nothing, I'll get paid the same. What's the point of even trying? I need to have some kind of motivation behind me, and this is what TechSnips has that I think is really valuable. Like I said, not the company, but a lot of the contributors, since TechSnips is built around building up the contributors. It's all about the contributors. It has allowed me to realize that, there is something more powerful. I don't know what it is. There's something more powerful about building a team and not doing everything yourself, learning how to delegate. I was just telling Anthony Howell, he's our new VP of content. I was just telling him that, it's really cool that I'm trying to delegate things as much as possible. At that point, you have to really trust people, and I trust everyone on the team as much as I can. It's just really great to be able just to work with a bunch of talented people and to trust them, and to know that if I come up with some crazy idea of, okay, we need 50 videos to do this course, or we need 50 videos for a client, they'll all get together and work together and make stuff happen. It's really a rewarding feeling. But this Car Talks isn't about a big advertisement for TechSnips. It probably sounds that way. But I always like to keep these personal, and this is a feeling that I kind of felt today as I was putting together this course about community and getting involved. Whether it's Text Dips or something else, or even if it's in your job or your work or a professional organization or something. If you are just an independent, self-righteous curmudgeon like I can be sometimes, if somebody like me can be converted and to realize the power of a community and the power of multiple like-minded people coming together for a common goal, pretty much anybody can be swayed.